Rio de Janeiro is one of the most iconic cities on the planet, famous for its breathtaking scenery, laid-back beach culture, and beat of the samba. Rio will play host to the 31st Olympiad. Late last year, Sky Next athletes Glasgow boxing gold medalist David Nyika and rowing world champion Emma Twigg were lucky enough to visit this incredible city and soak it all in. For these Olympic hopefuls, their next goal is to wear the silver fern at Rio 2016. Keeping a watchful eye over the people of Rio de Janeiro, the statue of Christ the Redeemer, or Cristo Redentor, is located at the peak of the 700-metre Corcovado mountain in the Tijuca National Park, overlooking the city. The largest Art Deco statue in the world, Cristo Redentor weighs 635 metric tonnes, is 39 metres tall, and the arms measure 30 metres across, making it one of the new 7 wonders of the world.
So Christ the Redeemer was built in 1931, and it looks over the people of Rio and is supposed to look after them. So we're going to go take a tram up. We've got it to ourselves for about an hour, and we're going to go figure out why it is the most popular attraction here in Rio.
I just saw an animal. Hey, the little monkeys! The little monkeys! Dude! I said it was underwhelming. It's massive. That's actually just as big, if not bigger than I expected, eh?
It's just so imposing as well. And the thing that makes it amazing is the panorama around it. We picked an awesome day.
Yeah, imagine being up there building that.
Imagine patching that up, doing the plaster work.
So I've made it to the top of the hill and met Christ. He's definitely an imposing character, and I think I can definitely see why people expect him to watch over and protect the city. You can see pretty much, well, you can see everything from up here, and it's pretty zen being up here. It's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, it's extremely breathtaking. As we walked up, we looked out and you can see the mountains, fog, and then just the city below. And you have this big, imposing statue behind, and it was pretty nice feeling to be up here alone and to just take it all in and think about, for me, seeing the Lagoa, and this statue is kind of the showpiece of the Olympics over the top of the Lagoa. So yeah, it's a very special place.
To think there are so many people that haven't been up here, like I wish my family and my friends could come and see it, because it's pretty special. Eh?
Yeah, very cool place.
After a visit to one of Rio's most iconic monuments, it was time for David and Emma to immerse themselves in something quintessentially Brazilian: Capoeira.
Capoeira came originally with the Africans that were brought to Brazil. They had different dances, they have different martial arts, different music instruments, and they brought their culture, and here it's all mingled with different cultures that already existed, and some of that the Portuguese brought too. So we have a huge melting pot. It's the basic step. Basic step is like a V. You're gonna go backwards on the tip of the V, back, and back to the V. In time, Capoeira started to become really, really popular all around Brazil, and it was usually used by thugs and also by burglars and by workers who were fighting also against the system, against slavery and against the military forces.
So they actually used it for fighting for
Yes.
people, not just dancing.
Not just dancing at all. Squat down, go to your toes, move your knees a bit forward, 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 try and touch the knees on the floor, almost touching. And the military took over after the royal times. They prohibited capoeira in the law. So capoeira was in 1889, it was outlawed, And if you're caught doing capoeira, you'd be sent to prison, killed, or deported. And then around the 30s, there were some masters who started to make capoeira more as an educational tool, more as a sport. And then it became legal. Over the years, all kind of schools all around Brazil started to take capoeira as a sport, as a culture, as a music education. And nowadays we teach from 2-year-olds, 1-year-olds to 99-year-olds. We have like disabled people, special needs people. We never differentiate people by their skills or by their body capacities. It's all about integrating and cooperating.
It's very tricky. It's quite a strange kind of movement, and a lot of it is actually quite strength-based. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think I'm doing a very good job, but...
Oh, it's wicked, eh? This looks a little bit more advanced, but it's pretty cool movement, so I'm a little bit restricted by my mobility, but this will fix me up.
My flexibility, having trained twice today, was a little bit dodgy. I found some things pretty difficult, but David was absolutely nailing it. Made me feel pretty insignificant.
My guy was, he kept headbutting me, so I headbutted him back.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting and very cultural. I feel like you need to be quite intuitive and understand what the person opposite is about to do next, and then anticipate.
I find there's a lot of similarities between my sport of boxing and capoeira, because there is a lot of you have got someone in front of you who's trying to throw something at you. You got to get out the way.
Yeah.
Although I'm not allowed to do a cartwheel and get out the way.
Yeah. For me, it was
Just
completely foreign. I mean, in rowing, it's a very repetitive motion, whereas this is very intuitive and fluid, and it's more, I don't know, you've got to kind of be in tune with the person opposite you and almost anticipate their next move. But it was very cool.
Yeah, you can tell it means a lot to the people, and I think it's really cool that the Brazilians just kind of let us in as one of their own. And yeah, as you can see, it's a really inclusive sport. There are people from all around the world in that group, and I'm just pretty happy to be here tonight. It's been a great time.
Yeah, I don't want it to end, so I think we should go back and join in.
Let's do it.